For the year go. Oh, that's tired.
So my spatial brain says if we take it through that way, it'll fit right through.
This
Slide
way?
right, yep, slide right through like a glove.
Okay.
See when.
Take my hands. I'm not used to help. I'm used to doing
Yeah.
much work. So that's quite a bit higher, I think, than my old one.
You know, it probably is. Yours is probably somewhere around 26 and this is 31, so
Yeah, that's
maybe we
significant.
won't need much of a
No.
addition in pipe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be cutting pipe off, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's going to be much better height for cooking.
Oh yeah.
Stoves in North America are manufactured here.
So this one's a little complicated. Anything that's cast iron is poured in Norway, and we just started doing all the drilling and tapping and the grinding, so this one was probably ground in Norway. And the body of this one is actually steel, so we get sheets of steel, and then we have a couple of lasers and a punch and then a bunch of press brakes and a robotic welding station and hand welding stations, and so we make the steel body. So essentially what you and I were carrying without those side plates was the steel body. So that's made in North America.
think that's it for today. Calling for thunderstorms, actually, showers and thunderstorms. So I think that's it for today, and looks like the next several days are nice weather, so no point doing stuff, dangerous work up on that that roof, especially all the water coming down. It's making everything slippery. So I'm going to wrap this video up right here. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about the wood stove that I just installed with Tim. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a future episode and on the other channel, just giving more specifics, more detail on where the stove came from. Short story is that Tim is a distributor for Jotul, North America, and he reached out and offered the stove to me, and it happened to be right at the time that my wife and I had decided that the old Vermont Castings was just needed to be retired. It was just at that point where it wasn't burning efficiently, the back damper wasn't closing, the intake damper doesn't work at all. The rust is starting to get worse and the enamel's starting to flake off, so it's starting to get to the point where it might even be dangerous. So we just decided that we wanted a new wood stove, and our favorite stoves happen to be Jotul and Vermont Castings a close second. And when Tim reached out, I thought that's perfect timing. I really appreciate that offer, and I'm going to take him up on it, which I did. And him and his wife were so gracious to come up here, deliver themselves and install it. So very helpful. Not used to that kind of service up here. It was a very pleasant surprise. Nice couple, and really enjoyed having them over actually, and we got to spend some time together, so that was nice. So the stove itself is a little bit different. So Jotul has a big lineup of wood stoves, but I needed something that I could not only heat the place but cook on as well. So I needed a wide flat surface that heated up to the point where it could boil water, and this model happened to do that for me. It's probably a little bit big. If you know, it can heat a 2,500 square foot house. So in this little 200, well, upper floors, let's say 350 square foot log cabin. It's a little bit overkill, but I think you can always damper it down and maintain it, a low fire in it, and then fire it up to a high temperature when I want to cook on it. So it's going to do a great job for me, I know that, and I actually like that it's higher and it's easier to stand to cook over. I found that Vermont casting stove to be a little bit low, to be honest. So, more efficient burn, which means I'm going to go through less firewood. It's going to be more comfortable temperature, quicker and for longer term inside the cabin. And the big wide door with no grills in it, it's actually going to let even more light into the cabin. So, it's a trade-off. Not quite as attractive as the blue Vermont Castings, but I think it's going to work better for us. Anyway, I am going to shut the video off now. I hope the rain is not making it too difficult to hear me. And it is getting dark in the camera, I can see. But if you want to tune in to the next episode, a follow-up episode to this one, I'll be continuing to work on that porch, and hopefully I'll get the roof on and start getting the sides on and the deck in that next video. And then I'll have to figure out how I'm screening in the entire porch and what kind of door I'm making for it. So it's going to be just as much a surprise to me as it is to you as I get to each phase and figure out what I'm doing next. I don't plan any of this stuff in advance, and it's often, like I said, depending on what materials I have on hand. So if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and love to hear your comments. Callie, I will throw it for you in a minute. And if you could, I'm approaching 1 million subscribers. I'd love to hit that this year. So if you aren't subscribed, please do. And let your friends know to subscribe as well. I really appreciate that too. Anyway, I'm going to shut it down. So thanks for watching. I'll see you up at the cabin next time. Take care. Ready? You sure you want to go out in the rain?